Fighter State of Mind, episode 11. 11, right?
Right, 11.
Yeah. All right. So I'm Brother Scientifik. I am joined by
The one, the only, the man of the hour, power, something of power, terror of power. I don't know, whatever it is. This is the Maverick, the crazy guy.
Big tongue twister, eh? With all those AKAs. Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
Riddler, the one and only. The real one and only, that is.
Okay. Listen, so guys, we appreciate you. We need you. Without you, there's no us. So please make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, comment, because we bounce off you. Today we've got a really interesting topic coming up. Who's gonna set it off, guys?
I think I'll set this one off. Crawford v Porter. Massive fight. Big fight. Weekend. Big fight. Big test for Crawford. He's been dying for a test. In this weight class, that is, and it's finally arrived. Many are wondering how it's going to actually pan out. But what was kind of alarming was that Crawford came out of a comment the other day and says that Canelo gets the fights that he wants, but Crawford doesn't. Like, I want to know what you guys think. I want to know what you guys think about that. Is he jealous? Is there a little bit, a disdain for the actual industry, or is he just been unlucky? What do you think?
Boy, Maverick, you say it off, mate.
I'll set it off. It's a weird quote, isn't it? So it's a bit of a weird analogy, isn't it? I'm joking. Nah, if you know where that comes from. Nah, it's a weird one because when you think about it, right? Like when he says Canelo gets the fight he wants, the question begs, who does Crawford want outside the one that everyone knows, which is Spence, right? I mean, is he talking about fights for his legacy? Is he talking about fights for money? Was he saying, okay, everyone who got the Mayweather fights, maybe he wanted that when he was younger, when, Canelo got that. It's a weird comment to understand without him giving it context. But the reality is this, like Canelo has built his legacy and he's able to call the shots that he wants to. So I don't know. It seems a weird comment to come out of Crawford for me.
Do you know what? I think I know what you're saying about it's weird, but I kind of can see where he's coming from, because picture this: you're an amazing fighter, you're in the talks of pound for pound, and you're just watching another guy just literally getting to pick exactly who he wants. Everyone's lining to fight him, but for you, you want to go for Pacquiao. He's on it, then all of a sudden he's going for Spence. You want to fight Spence. He's talking about, you have to jump over the moon and do 3 backflips, So I can see why he feels like that. But I guess he kind of needs to understand that there's a reason. And, sort of your profile is a big element of it. And, that's about how you promote yourself. And also your promotion is a lot to do with it. I've never seen such a situation, apart from like Chisora and Dylan White, how they feel about Eddie Hearn. Like, they just hate their promoters. Like, do you know what I mean? But you still stick with them. The only difference is Eddie Hearn gets the job done and Bob Arum doesn't get the job done for Crawford.
Yeah, Bob Arum's been known to get a lot of stick recently for that. Well, throughout his career, but definitely recently throughout the last few years. This is an odd one for me because who feels it knows it, right? He knows his truth. So we're not privy behind the scenes as to what's really going down. Yes, there's a little bit of love-hate relationship, if you want to call that for a better of a word, with him and his promoter. But we don't know. We don't know his truth. He seems to be trying to get the big fights, can't get the big fights. He's been known to get busy, from his past, not in this weight class. And
here we go again. Oh my God.
It's the truth. It's the truth. Now he's in this weight class. It's like he has to start from rock bottom. He wasn't given it, on a silver platter as many. Sorry?
Kell Brook, Jeff Horn, Kell Brook, Amir Khan. Like, bro,
I know these are guys on the way out. These were guys on the way. I mean,
Jeff Horn just beat Pacquiao, bro.
Jeff Horn beat Pacquiao, beat our old Pacquiao. Like, let's have it right. Khan the chandelier argument, we already know what's the deal with Barney. Will get found out. Good fighter, still a good fighter.
Pacquiao, yeah,
still a good
had
fighter.
just come off. Pacquiao lost to Jeff Horn, and then he
I know
beat
you're
Furman.
chomping at the bit. If I can just finish off my last couple of sentences, please. Cheers, mate. So we don't know. Again, who feels it knows it. We don't know what's really going on behind the scenes, and I think it's more of a frustrated comment than a bitter and a jealous one. That's my belief.
Yeah, but who's he frustrated with? That's the question I'm trying to figure out.
I think again, the industry, isn't it? He wants to get busy and he can't get a fair break. It's like whoever he fights,
so he's justified. He's justified in his comment.
Get this right, boys. Whoever he fights, yeah, will not guarantee you. Maybe Porter. This is why I think it's a big fight. Other than that, he's not going to get his just dues until he fights Spence, and that's the bottom line.
So basically, what I'm getting from you is that you actually
that's not me, by the way. That's the fans, right?
I know. I hear you.
Okay.
But I feel that you understand that Crawford has loads of potential, and you feel that he hasn't done enough. But it's not his fault. There's nothing he can do about it. So really, you actually do like Crawford, but due to no fault of his own, you can't really support him.
I think that's a lot of algebra you did there. I mean, you should do something with that math. But
was the answer correct? What's the bottom line correct?
You should definitely do something with that. I never once said that Crawford, I don't rate him as a fighter. Emotional wise, he is struggling. I think he is on the other side of the fence. What fence is the right fence? Who knows? So I don't really like that comment. But I do believe that he will not get that accolade unless he fights Spence. It's a different weight division, bro. You can't just automatically be carried into this weight division and like you're the king. Pound for pound, like you said last week, doesn't mean anything. So there you go.
I don't know. I disagree with that. I personally think that there's something that's bugging him, and I don't think it's the legs, because I think everyone already thinks of him as a great fighter, so it's not a legacy thing. You said that he wants to smoke with Spence, so it's not a thing of he's ducking. There's something else, whether it's money, whether it's, like I said, maybe the Mayweather thing that I mentioned isn't such a crazy idea. Everyone's almost everyone had a payday from someone as big as Mayweather. Spence was meant to have a payday from the Pacquiao fight, so maybe he just feels like he's due his payday. Maybe it's that, but it's still for me, it's still a strange comment for him to say, because if you're still comparing yourself against Canelo, you just have to say, well, what does Canelo bring to the table, and why is his negotiating power bigger than yours? And we all know it's that, one, it's the popularity, and two, obviously now him holding an undisputed belt, for what it means, it also gives him more power now. So it's weird for him to compare himself to Canelo. Maybe he should compare himself to Spence and say, okay, Spence and getting more than he deserves, as opposed to saying Canelo. It's just a weird comparison.
Like, what's he trying to say? Like, what, is he on the Canelo's level or something like that?
Exactly. No, but I guess because they get mentioned in pound for pound conversations. I can understand why he would compare himself to Canelo. But I think on another note, we look at Sean Porter, and people say he's a gatekeeper or whatever. He's an ex-world champion if you're into such things, but a lot of people do put him as like a top level gatekeeper. Everyone's saying that this is, Crawford's test. I guess it's kind of interesting though. Is it realistic to say that, if you're a gatekeeper, you can become an elite fighter, or you can't? Like, what would you reckon? Do you reckon once you're a top level gatekeeper, the Chisoras, Dylan Whites, no, let's put Dylan White to the side, Chisora, can you ever become an elite fighter, or are you just stuck there?
You can. I think if you want to go by statistics, because it's very tricky. Again, it's all subjective, bro. Because one would say, I believe a gatekeeper, this one's he's past gatekeepers status. I believe, yeah. Well, to me, I love, the fact that, it's not Canelo's show, but yeah, he is undisputed. I love the fact that we're starting to, more and more fighters is looking to become undisputed, and all the fighters want to fight for the Eisen belts. They want that trophy. They want that accolade. So for me personally, short and sweet, Yes, because if you beat 2 titans per se at the top, you can become, that guy. So yeah, it's possible.
Is it realistic though? Would you say, Maverick?
I say no. I'm gonna quote D'Angelo Barstow from The Wire, Bad Boy Show, by the way. If you've
Bad
never
Boy
watched
Show.
it,
R.I.P. Omar.
R.I.P. Omar. Listen, the king stays the king, right? And the reason why I say that is because everyone's got a place in boxing and in everything in life in general. Like there's talent and there's people who have got like the supreme talent, and there are people just right underneath, right? And I think that the reality is that if you find yourself in the gatekeeper territory, it's hard because it normally it means that you fought the big guys and you've lost to the big guys and you've not been able to crack that glass ceiling, right? And the reality is, again, it's not. This isn't real life Rocky, right? This is real life boxing. You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna bum Rocky, and you know what I mean. All of a sudden become world champion. I mean, I'll be trying to think. How many people could we honestly say were gatekeepers who became world champions and dominant world champions? Because the difference between. So I was going to say there's a difference between becoming world champion and then a reigning world champion.
Yeah, because I was just about to say that. Fundamentally, if you look at that guy that beat Kid Galahad over the weekend, right? He's a 2-time world champion at this point, but I can't even remember his name. It's that real, like, I'm saying? He's a 2-time world champion. So it's that element of, being a dominant champion that's kind of will, push you further away from that gatekeeper status. Do you think Klitschko, pre Kronk days, would you say that he was a top level gatekeeper or was he elite at that point?
I'll say he was a talent. Because you remember something, right? We got to take into account his age as well. When I think of gatekeepers, I think of people who are midway to end of their career, right? The time when Klitschko's were on the rise, they were still talented. They just come off the Olympics and so on and so forth. So I think there's a difference between when someone becomes gatekeeper status versus, okay, maybe you've had a few losses there, or you've not had a great performance here.
Yeah.
So I think we need to contextify it properly.
Okay, so it's one of those ones. Riddler. Listen, you there, Riddler?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Okay, so I'm conscious of the time, but let's get into the meat of this, bro. Listen, and sorry, by the way, Porter, I do think Porter is a top guy, but I think he's never going to be elite. Just to put that out there. But the fact of the matter is, what is going to happen this weekend with these guys? And I'm just going to let you know, Crawford's amazing, Porter's decent, but I really just can't see Crawford knocking him out. But at the same time, I can't see Porter winning. So I see it like maybe a masterclass. The matador that really tamed the bull and put the bull in his place. Maybe even knocks the ball down, but maybe not out. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I believe Porter's going to get Crawford. I beg your pardon. Is going to get put on his behind.
Crawford? Did you say?
Yeah, Crawford. I think Crawford's going to get dropped, and I say that because he likes to take chances. He likes to gamble, and he's an exciting fighter. But he can switch it up, which makes him dangerous. But I feel that Porter, a raging bull that he is, looks scatty at times, but calculated at the same time. I know, mad contradiction.
No, I agree with you.
He's got that kind of, that style. It is calculated. And
there's a method to his madness.
Yeah. And I believe if Crawford, one slip, it's going to be very interesting. I can't believe it's coming around so soon, but I don't believe it's going to be one way. I don't believe it's just going to be a spectacle and a masterclass and he's bobbing and weaving and, Porter's just going to be standing there. Nah. He's really going to have to go to work tonight. On the weekend, that is.
Just to add in there, Maverick, before you grab the mic, I don't think the switch hitting is going to make much of a difference for Porter. His style is he's just all over the place. You don't even know what leg you got forward half the time anyway. He's just on your chest. Do you know what I mean? What do you reckon, Maverick? How's it gonna go?
Unorthodox, whatever, man.
Man. I'm gonna say that, and believe it or not, Crawford's gonna stop Porter. I think TKO. No KO.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I know. I told you I'm the Maverick for a reason. I'm the Maverick for a reason. And listen, the only reason why I say that is that I'm going off of science, of the fact that Porter, being a pressure fighter, is a kind of guy who has taken a lot to give up a lot, right?
Mileage.
Mileage. Father Time is undefeated in all aspects of life. And I just think that when you've got someone who's as slick, someone who's as, a ring general in someone like Crawford, right? I think eventually that Porter's going to have to slow down. and this just might be the fight that slows him down.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We there, lads?
No, it's really there. I thought the Riddler was about to counter that. He sounded
No, you know what?
He looked like he was eger, innit?
No. I'm conscious of time. I said what it is.
Okay.
Me being
all right.
me being Riddler Damas. My predictions has been very, very, very spot on. Those that know me, so
yeah.
Okay. Watch this
2 in 10. 2 in 10, bro.
2 in 10. You're right.
Listen. By the fact you just said Riddler Damas, the fans can know that his favorite album is Nostradamus. But listen. With that in mind, listen. Look, like the Riddler said, it's a big fight coming this weekend. I think I've been saying it all for the past few weeks. Q4 has been amazing. We've had fight after fight, a few which have been cancelled, unfortunately. Everyone wanted to see Rolly's mouth get punched up, but listen, we're still having a great fight this weekend. So hopefully we'll see, how it pans out. Can Porter get out of gatekeeper territory, or can Crawford just continue to show his dominance? All those questions will be answered on the weekends. But with that in mind, this has been Fighter State of Mind, and we have to say peace now. Peace.
Peace.
Pop.